that's what Mendez is trying to do, force those errors because it's so hard to time that ball. If you mistime it a little bit, that's what happens.
And both players here should be at their last point. Both of them are at 11 minutes and 30 seconds right now.
Backhand open stance down the line, sets up a drop shot from Mendez, brings Remy in, counter drop shot back, but Mendez with the backhand winner cross court. And that will do it. That will run out the clock, and that will finish things up in women's singles. How did you feel about that final women's singles bowl?
Well, talk about perfect timing. They both really just ran their timeout and played the perfect amount of time. That was good singles. I like to see the very different game plans play out, and I think both played pretty well, and we're in for some more very good tennis tonight. Very excited for the doubles.
Man, some great tennis as they're starting to pick things up. Things are getting a lot better. When we come back, we're going to have all three doubles formats coming up. Men's doubles for 10 minutes, women's doubles for 10 minutes, and then mixed doubles to finish things off. We'll also have a short interview with Bob Bryan, the post partner for the Smash. Stay with us.
Your eyes keep breaking me down. No way in, no way out. How I feel to be trapped in this house. How I feel with duct tape on your mouth. How I feel with a knife in your spouse. You can crawl for the door, no use, really locking it now. Begging, pleading, I'm not hearing you out. I rode your soul till I break you all the way down. Hands around your throat, cause I'm taking you out.
Intense is brought to you by Emory Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of Intense. Welcome back, everybody, as we've gone through all the men's and women's singles bolts, and we have doubles coming up. Week 2 of the 2026 Intense League. J.Y. Obone, Maria Mateus, and we got the pulse partner for the Smash joining us in the booth, the one, the only, Bob Bryan.
How are you guys doing?
How are you doing?
We're great, man. I'm happy to be here in Atlanta, seeing Intense for the first time. Heard lots about it. I've watched the stream many times, but to be here in person is a pleasure. Happy to be partner with the league and just to get a feel for this whole thing. I'm loving it. I'm having a blast down there on the sidelines. There's lots of energy. we got a great team to smash. Everyone's cool. They're pulling together. Got away from us a little bit at the end of those bolts, but I think if we can clean up the double faults or the single faults, then we're going to have a chance here in the doubles, you know.
Well, the pleasure is ours, Bob. It's so cool to have you with us. It's such a treat. What's the atmosphere like down there? We see you doing the most for the team.
Man, it was physical for me on the sidelines. I was just kind of hanging on every point. And yeah, I mean, as a player, you try to manage your emotions so you don't get too tired. But like these players are bringing it. You know, Elmar put in a hell of an effort there. You know, got a lot of points on the board for the team, but you could tell he was sweating a ton. So he's a little winded. So we needed to bring in Benjamin there. But I mean, Locke is looking to put some points on the board. Like he was a little disappointed that he wasn't able to do more in the singles. So you know, he's playing the majority of doubles here in his career. So I think this is where he feels like he can contribute the most.
How do you feel about that when you talk about, you know, you've played in the most classic, respected, and you lead the Davis Cup team for the United States. But now you got something like this where you can sub players in and out.
I love it. It's something different. I think tennis needs. I didn't realize there was music rolling. It's like watching a highlight reel at all times. But yeah, I mean, look, these are really talented players. It's good to see some of these guys that I haven't seen in person. I've heard a lot about Caruso, and I know, you know, Mendez played some good tennis there. I really like her backhand. But Elmar, you know, they call him the general. He brings a ton to this team. You know, he's kind of like the leader. And I like the way he drops back on the return. That one got away, but he's got a great backhand.
Yeah, beautiful backhand. Elmar Djokovic, Benjamin Locke on the near side for the smash. Caruso and Raul Garcia on the far side as Sel tries to take that post volley. Garcia going to try to dominate with the backhand, but great hands by the smash, and what a reflex inside out winner by Garcia. One of the toughest shots in tennis as they now have a 19-point lead. What do you tell your team as this is just so different when you look at the scoreboard? You know, they're used to sets and games and calculating if I break once or twice. It's just is there talk about, ooh, I'm down 18, but 18 can also move really fast.
That's right. I mean, I was telling the guys not to rush. I felt like we were rushing a little bit at the beginning on the serve. You wanna definitely take your time and hit a quality serve because we gave too many away. I think they're just feeling out these guys on the double side right now because we talked about some strategy. They thought maybe they would play I formation. It looks like they're playing standard. So I think that's why our team is playing up at net. We talked about playing both back on return in case they were getting too many two-pointers. But I like Elmar's serve. He's got a lot of kick on this serve.
Yeah, it's really tough to handle. Garcia tries to move up. Communication didn't look to be there. How important is the communication when you don't have a lot of time, 14 seconds in between points, but we know communication is so important in doubles. So what do you do to get through that?
Yeah, I mean, in doubles on the tour, you have, you know, 30 seconds to talk about strategy and communicate a little bit. Here, it's so fast-paced. You got to kind of come in with a strategy, and you got to come in with 3 or 4 points planned out. So here they are. Here they might do a full coach.
And we do see them using some signals behind the back, which I think is going to help them for sure. But like you guys said, it's hard. It's hard when everything's moving so fast. You kind of just got to go and stick with it and hope it works out.
There's a great move by Djokovic to get a +2 smash, bringing it to within 15. Djokovic trying to serve pretty fast. We'll see if he can gather himself here. Look at the commitment on the coach right there. A lot of things that players need to do is you trust yourself. Locke trusted himself, but this is great defense by Garcia.
That was a good shot. Skidded deep.
And how tough does it make it for you? I mean, one of the things that you all did well as a team with your brother was the movement at the net, the poaching, the taking of the middle, but with one serve, is it something you still go for more? Do you use more eye, or you just trust yourself and just kind of hang out?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get those 2-pointers, you got to be hitting aggressive second serves. You got to try to get these returns to kind of sit up a little bit. Yeah, and you want to be aggressive on return. I mean, look, Elmar likes the backhand inside out. He likes to drop back and hit it. Here he's taking a little bit earlier. That was a great return by him. Giroux did a really good job of hitting Chris' volley off of that return, because that was struck really nicely.
Garcia and Sell doing a great job of just defending and putting enough balls in play, and a lot of times catching Edjukovic and Locke off guard. We see there's something you mentioned earlier. It just looks like Edjukovic and Locke just rushing a little bit.
Yep.
Even when they have time, they still fast to get back, fast to do everything. Just maybe over pressing as Garcia sends that forehand down the line long.
I like that play on return, playing two back, giving yourself a little breathing room. Then once you get in the point, crashing the net.
Big kick up to the Garcia backhand. Really tough to take on this gritty court that can jump up. Edjukovic has a huge kick serve, 100-84.
How important do you think it is, Bob, to have a leader in these doubles teams, because they don't have time to talk about it? So do you think one guy is saying this, we're doing this, this, and this, or do you think there's more of a back and forth?
Yeah, I mean, Elmar is a little more vocal.
Okay.
Benjamin's a quiet leader. He played at Florida State, so he understands the team dynamics. But playing for a team is so different. I mean, you definitely feel more pressure. You don't want to let your team down. You can see that in Davis Cup and in the team formats, Labor Cup.
We have a quick timeout here by Emory Sports Medicine as we get to take a look at the Intense merchandise. Make sure you go to the Intense website where you can get your own Intense merch. Some of the coolest gear you'll find. You got every single team is on there. And then we get to take a look at the best role model right here. Look at that smash right there. Yeah, how sick is that hat?
Yeah, I like these trucker hats. I've been rocking this since retirement. But yeah, I mean, the smash, I love the logo. I love the colors.
The black inside this arena, the different colors. I mean, there's no arena that is ever like this in tennis.
No, I like it. I like how the fans are right on top of the action. I mean, and then you got the teammates, hanging out in the doubles alley.
We just need a little bit more trash talk.
Well, the players are yelling right as the toss goes up, so it's a little bit like a free throw in the NBA. You got the fans heckling.
Backhand down the line, I formation, Sell moving right, sets up the forehand down the line, +2 for the freeze.
And how fun is it when the teams just rush the court? That's my favorite part. I love it when they just get so pumped they just run.
I mean, there's a lot on the line tonight. They're playing for money, playing for cash. A lot of this money's going to set them up for for travel for the rest of the year.
16-point lead for the freeze, and when you look at the scoreboard, 17 faults by your smash team, Bob, and I mean that's a huge thing when you compare the freeze with just 10.
Yeah, that's giving away too many free points. That was a good serve by Benjamin there, handcuffing Sell on the forehand side. Yeah, they're giving the alley up a little too much.
Especially tough, not mixing up the serve at all to Garcia. He's just camping out in the backhand corner. One of the things that we saw Fabrice Martin in practice doing a lot, and especially in doubles, is using the body serve. It's not so easy for players to just get it down. Oh, that's unfortunate for the smash. Raul Garcia with the missed hit for him. Most expensive part of the racket for a reason finally helped him out. 20-point lead for the freeze. Big kick by Edjukovic, ripping that backhand. Sell with just a great reflex volley tonight. He's on point up there.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling the scoreboard pressure here. And you see the freeze loosening up.
How would you coach them here? Would you tell them go for more or be a little bit more conservative?
Well,
if
it was a normal match on the tour, I'd tell them to slow it down. But the scoreboard is working against them. The clock's working against them. So they're going to need to get a couple of two-pointers here. But
it's tough. Going all the way back, which is an interesting play to try to change things up. But that leaves an overhead winner for Sell. They also have another timeout. You can use 2 max per ball. And you also have William Bushamuka, hasn't played. I thought he was actually doing pretty good in singles. Clock ran out, but maybe go for a substitution to change something. I mean, nothing else is working.
Yeah.
There's finally the change up. Dangerous, but that's why you mix things up. He's caught off guard. Point for the smash.
Here comes Ushimuka.
All right, there you go. Ushimuka, what can he do in Locke's place? Unlimited substitutions, and that's just been killing him all night. They win a point here or there and just give it back to the fall.
All right, let's see how William does. He's been standing up for the last 30 minutes.
It's tough. I mean, that's also something new in tennis where you're just thrown in there.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Pretty good serve coming back though.
And the emotions are running high on the bench. So you're not truly resting, but you're not really warmed up. So you're in an awkward spot coming in.
Interesting freeze, taking the time out so that they don't let the smash take a run on them now.
Play high percentage doubles. Okay? Yes? Come on, let's go. Let's go, guys.
Sophia Rachi, coach of the smash. Some of that high percentage tennis can translate into some higher points. I think Sal Garcia actually just doing a better job. We'll see if they can make a run in the final 2 minutes. It gets away from them a little bit. It's going to be really tough in the final 20 minutes of doubles for them to come back. So this is an important moment for them. And that's also something we didn't see last week from the freeze. As the big body serve backhand, instead of hanging it up, jamming the body, gives that +2 opportunity, is the freeze, dancing together, chanting together. We didn't see them do that last week. They're a lot quieter, it looked like a little bit more deer in headlights. They look more like a team tonight.
That's a shame. There's that missed serve again. Missed it by about an inch, but his second serve does have a lot of hop.
Big kick to the backhand, inside out, return miss. Minute 45. Garcia signals to Sell that he's ready. Goes again, stretches him out there. Tough serve, getting above the shoulders.
Garcia's been solid all night. Didn't miss a lot of forehands in the singles, and now he's really taking care of business here in the doubles.
For how much his kick serve jumps up, he's only got 3 faults in the entire night, so putting a lot of balls in play. And Sell with the move, and that's why you go for it and trust it. Didn't hit it well, but still gets rewarded. 117.94. Freeze. Sorry, Bob. Garcia running around. Ushimuka slits over there. Nothing going right for them.
Yeah, they're going to need to take some chances here. What's the biggest comeback in Intense history?
Well, I think the biggest one we got was actually last weekend with 22. We've seen some big comebacks from 40 get it to within striking distance, but they didn't win. Only time they've won is actually last weekend. So we are now going for history one more time in week 2, final 30 seconds. Edjukovic, forehand to forehand rally with Garcia. Do they get a reward with the net? They do. Something going their way. Edjukovic's going to rush. 120.96. Moves so fast. Big serve. Sell wasn't ready. He's going to go fast again. Final 15 seconds. Backhand down the line. They're trying to just delay it, but a couple points in a row for the smash. This is what they need. Sell stepping in. That ball was actually going out. And that is going to do it for men's doubles. Bob, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, guys. Great to see you.
And Maria, what did you think about that men's double?
I thought it was a little bit chaotic. I feel like there was a lot going on, but Freeze really ran away with it. I think they just played higher percentage. I think Smash just missed a little bit too much, and they lost their footing, and then they almost started to panic a little bit. But you never know, Bob. There's still hope.
Yeah, the mixed doubles is where it all happens, right?
Absolutely. We'll see when we come back. Thank you, Bob.
Good to see you guys.
Guys keep breaking me down. No way in, no way out. I feel to be trapped in this house. I feel with duct tape on your mouth. I feel with
right, we're back here. Women's doubles are going to be coming up. Men's doubles. Freeze has gotten out to a big lead, a couple big points in the last 30 seconds for the smash.
Freeze is looking good, you know, and we see them on the sideline. They're looking good. They're happy, but winning will do that too. So we'll see if Smash can get some points on the board here. We'll see who starts out this women's doubles.
Yeah, really solid, consistent play across the whole night. No level drops at all. Carousel early, but then since then, they have been rock solid. And the Smash has just been in a difficult position in the doubles there where Freeze, you look at the last two bowls, 24-16 for the Freeze in women's singles, 32-24 in men's doubles. Things are slowly creeping away from them. They're going to need a great start. Delana Hewitt, Adriana Remy on the near side. They definitely got size and power going up against Fernanda Navarro and Sion Mendez on the far side for the Freeze. And we have started. Navarro tries to take that volley, misses long. 10 minutes here of women's doubles. Men's just finished up men's doubles. Mixed doubles finished last. Delana Hewitt gives that point back with the fault. This will be their 18th of the night.
And it's cool to see Fernanda Navarro really going for that first volley, just sending the message from the very beginning and telling them, hey, we're up. You better find a way because we found ours.
Backhand to forehand rally. Navarro gets it above her shoulders and forces Remy into softer ball that allows Mendez to poach. +1.
I love to see how close to the net Sion is standing. She looks like she's about to prance on that net. Oh, missed serve. I know she wanted to give that serve for Sion to take that volley, but I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more. Let's see what Adriana and Delana do. Delana's even closer to the net.
Mendez going off the back foot, risky, going backwards, gave time for Hewitt to poach, but she misses in the net.
And great reach. I think that's what she wants to look for, especially with her wingspan. If she can get her racket on the ball, it's going to do good things for her, but she needs to be making returns. She needs to set the point up for herself from the baseline.
Not a great start for the Smash as the Freeze now have a 25-point lead. Remy runs around, drills a forehand. Great reflex by Navarro. Inside in forehand. Reflex back, but +2 for Freeze. The Freeze are coming alive tonight. Another post, +2. They're heating up. Serve to the forehand. Great mix-up. Caught her off guard. 30-point lead.
And much bigger serve there from Sion. She's looking like she's confident. She feels that relief of the scoreboard going in their direction. What a big return from Delana.
Great reflex volley, but Delana able to get it deep to Mendez. Big serve. Mendez going really far back, but still gets jammed. Serve into the Navarro forehand, off the net, goes over. Now they're in a forehand rally. Mendez with the poach. That's what you want to see if you're Pritchard. Put that pressure on the baseline player.
Great coach. I think my only thing would be go to the feet. Either go to the chest or go to the feet. You don't have to go too long with it. Play it a little bit safer.
Great reflex. Remy gets there in time. Angle winner, +2. Another big serve into the body forehand. Couple points in a row for the Smash, bringing it back to within 24.
And if Delana can use her serve and Adriana can be on top of that net, the score can get a lot closer. I really don't feel like this is over. The Freeze is feeling comfortable for sure, but once there's a little bit of a momentum shift into Smash's zone, it's gonna get tricky.
Just misses that after 7 points in a row. It's an unfortunate fault that gives it back. Navarro to serve. Flight serve down the team. Mendez coaches winner. Changes it up, goes out wide, forehand return down the line. Great answer by Hewitt.
Amazing return from Delana. What a compact short swing. She got it right in the middle of the alley. Just absolute rocket down the line. I love that.
This poach opportunity, usually ball gets above the shoulder on the return, and that person's going to go. Now they're in a neutral rally. Fortunate to win that point as Mendes had the opening within 23. 5.5 minutes. A lot of points on the board in the first couple minutes of women's doubles. Another volley miss.
I think Fernanda was actually surprised that the ball was coming at her. It looked like she was looking and she was ready to move, but she didn't think the ball was going to come right at her.
Volley winner, don't know if Remy was trying to go down the line or just caught it late above her shoulder. Regardless, Mendes takes advantage, builds the lead back up for the Freeze.
Mendes is all over that net tonight.
Big return. We've seen a couple returns down the line, but now the Freeze team is ready. Great reaction, reflex volley, 25-point lead.
And look at that sideline, JY. Team Freeze is dancing and screaming, and they're doing everything. What a good shot, though, by Adriana. She says, we're not done here yet.
Big response. What a different team we're seeing from the Freeze on the sideline.
And that's good to see, right? They went out, they did their homework, they learned. I'm sure they rewatched their first match, and they're back and they're better than ever.
Big serve into the net. Up to 20 faults now for the smash. Considering you're down 23, gets more painful to look at that stat line. Body serve gets jammed up. Mendes all over it, has the overhead opportunity. Back into the rally. Remy defends well. Never mind, that ball went over the net. I couldn't see it, came back so fast. Point to the Freeze. Great poach, redirects, thought she'd go back, but she's all over the place. Great movement. Navarro with the overhead, plus two.
Wow.
Missed a moment. I thought Remy should have taken that second volley back again to Mendes instead of redirecting to the baseline.
For sure. I think she actually hesitated in either hitting a backhand or a forehand volley. I think she should have just gone for even a swinging volley, but wow.
You can crawl for the dog, no use, really knocking it now. Begging, please, I'm not hearing you out. I roll your soul till I break you all the way down. Hands around your throat, cause I'm taking you out.
Let's take a look at her center line athletics, mic'd up moment of the night.
Let's go! Come on!
Come on.
I felt like you got a little backed up on the baseline. You know, stay a little closer. Every time you make contact on the baseline, he was rushing the time. Especially on that really good return, you just hit that lucky pass. You know. It's all good. Look, I mean, it was a different pace. Like his ball was coming like really up and then down, right? It was dropping earlier than Ben. It was just going harder, faster.
140, 115 Freeze on the far side. There we see some of the great coaching from Pritchard that helped his team win both men's singles bolts tonight.
We see them keep coaching because we're not done after this. We have a mixed doubles that determines the whole arc, and so the men have to stay ready. If they're in, they have to know what to do and show up and play another 10 minutes and take it away for their team.
And this has been a really good women's doubles bolt. The problem is Smash came into it down double digits, so it doesn't look like it on the scoreboard, but you know, they've only down 21-18 in this individual bolt. So they're playing well. They just unfortunately need to play their best tennis of the night right now. Great lefty body serve. Gosh, that's a brutal serve when a lefty executes.
Throwing bodies is so effective, especially in doubles, because there are no angles, and that's exactly what you want here. You want to be able to get the ball through the middle so you can move as the net player, just like Sion is trying to do over there.
That's credit to Mendes, forcing that miss from Remy. She's so active. Remy's trying to look at her while she's hitting to make sure that Mendez isn't going to poach it off.
Exactly. Sometimes it's okay if you don't even make contact with the ball. It's making your opponent think. And even there, she's really moving. She's moving up, back, side. And her opponents are overthinking it. And if I am team smash, I just go right at her.
Yeah, we'd see the smash, not the ones able to take advantage of that timeout. Freeze adjusting extremely well, winning a couple points in a row. Navarro setting up that forehand down the line. We'll have to redo that point as the electronic line calling went off by accident.
Wait. Please do not bounce the ball during the point. They can set the ELC on. Please do not bounce the ball during the point. Thank you. Play.
145-116, Navarro to serve, great slice wide, but just misses it. Final minute 20. Trading some faults back and forth. Getting a little quiet from both teams. I think timeout, the electronic line calling off. Taking a little bit of energy away with some sloppy play. We need somebody to pick it up. Freeze up by 30. The Smash want to give themselves a chance. This is the final one.
But if you're team smash, you need to try to use these interruptions to your favor. You'll take any momentum shift that you can get. Just kind of regroup, talk within yourselves, and figure it out. I think they need to be moving a little bit more at the net. We've seen Sion all over the net. Fernando Navarro as well. We need to see a little bit more action from Team Smash here before we get into the mixed doubles.
The serve is what was helping the Smash get going so well, winning 7 points in a row earlier in this women's doubles vault. And now it's letting them down over 20 faults by the Smash tonight. Freeze giving it right back. But looks like we'll have our final point. Mixed doubles coming up next. Some sloppy play to finish off with Freeze doing well. We'll see when we come back with mixed doubles. The Freeze are looking to get their first win of the 2026 season. Put themselves in a very good position. Do the Smash have a miracle comeback in their back pocket when we come back? Welcome back as we have our final vault of the night. We played 6 so far. Had a couple close ones, but the Freeze have been taking all of them. And those couple gaps there when we got into the final women's singles vault and the first men's doubles vault have given them a 28-point lead as we get into mixed doubles to finish things off. And as we get back into the week 2, and we have more arts coming up this weekend. Don't miss the best and loudest tennis of the summer. Make sure you go to INTENNSE.com to buy your tickets now. We're coming back tomorrow. We got double headers Friday and Saturday, and then 6 more weeks of some great tennis after that. So Freeze to serve, Garcia Mendez on the far side, Bushamuka and Delana Hewitt on the near side. As the Freeze look to wrap up their first win of the 2026 season, and actually it should be the Smash that was supposed to start serving. A little bit of confusion to get started. think we're seeing a little bit of loss of focus in the past couple minutes.
A little bit. I think people maybe are looking at the scoreboard a little bit too much and at the time, and they're forgetting that they are here and their job is to play every single point. I'm interested right now in Team Smash coming in because I feel like Elmar has had, you know, the most points for his team. So it's interesting that they put Bushimuka in. He's played good tennis tonight, but just hasn't had as much playing time. But I do think it makes sense that Sion and Raul are in. Sion has 42 points, Raul has 43 points for their team, and they're just standing out for sure. So it completely makes sense.
I wonder if Coach Raji also just wants to see a little bit more of Bushimuka. I think she's seen enough from both Edjukovic and Locke tonight to have a feel for their game. Bushimuka has only been in there in short spurts, but done pretty well, but he was never in there long enough for you to truly understand what he can give you. So I think she just wants to see more of him, but it's going to be tough with Garcia and Mendez on the far side. Also playing against the scoreboard is not easy. The ball slides off the line, and Garcia is able to get a touch on it, but only +1. 152, 122. Then Hewitt's 7th fault for the night.
I think she's dropped her level a little bit, and I'd like to see her pick it up. She looks a little bit upset, and it's makes sense, but you got 8 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. She knows how to pick it up. She knows how to play really good tennis. I think she continues looking for those opportunities. She goes for her serve, and she knows what to do.
Big forehand return, but the presence of Garcia forces that return long and wide. Angle pass cross court, sets up a floater volley, and that's a tough volley hit off. There's so much action on Garcia's ball as Remy comes in for Hewitt.
And what good teamwork there from Team Freeze, right? They're complementing each other so well with Sion. I was gonna say her finesse, but she just hit a massive ball, so never mind.
Very
Sion's
smart.
got it all.
She understands the situation, great awareness that the Smash are going to try to poach as much as possible. They need all the +2s, and that's where you go right at the net person and take advantage of them overplaying. And with this 35-point lead, do you keep your players in? Do we see Felipe Costa and Ellie Schultzen back in? Do we see Bobrovika Nova back in to get some more action? We'll see how the coaches manage these final 7 minutes where it's pretty clear the match is decided, but you have a lot to play for the rest of the season.
I wonder if they want to just wait until there's a few minutes left and then put those players in just in case they have a shot. I mean, never say never, but it looks like it's going to be tough here tonight.
You see the adjustment for the Freeze trying to play 2 back when Bushimuka serving to Mendez. Mendez in kind of that no man's land hybrid position, trying to figure out and react to what Garcia does on the return. Big kick really throws Bushimuka out wide. See another mistake from electronic line calling. We're gonna have to redo that point. Clock stops, they get an opportunity. I think Edjukovic at this point is just frustrated, trying to argue that they were an advantage, but I don't think there's anything you can do. It's a simple replay.
It sure is, and I like the way that Team Freeze is handling it. Granted, they are in the lead by so much. They don't really have that pressure, but your Team Smash, unfortunately, you know, you got to take all the punches that are being thrown your way, and you got to just figure it out, and you're only out here for another 6 minutes.
Well, I think that's where, like, when you're upset, you're just going to complain about everything. And when you're winning, everything is great.
Well, and when you're upset, everything feels unlucky. And that's just the way that it is. That's the way life is. But you just have to have a good attitude and see what they do here.
You know, what do you, if you're Coach Raja, what are you talking to your team about? Are you still just talking tennis and, look, score is what it is? Or do you try to, or you just admit it and just say, look, let's just do what we can? How would you handle this moment?
I would say, guys, I'm fully aware of the scoreboard right now. there's a long season ahead of us. How can we prep? Let's see more movement at the net. Let's make a few more serves here, a little bit less mistakes. Let's just get ourselves ready because the season is long. This one specific arc is probably not going to determine the whole season. So how can we use this moment to improve?
As these teams get back ready, we also start looking a little bit ahead to tomorrow. We'll be back 7 p.m. Eastern. The Fortune taking on the Rips. The Fortune, who had an incredible opening night when they won on the last point of the night. One of the best season openers you could ever have in any sport history. And the Fortune did it, but now they have to put that emotion aside and try to regroup because they were down 22 points.
Yeah, if you weren't sure about intense tennis before Friday night, if you watch Friday night, you're now sure about tennis turned up because that was some insane tennis, insane season opener, and it makes everyone buy in, I think, as they should, because it's so fun out here and it's electric.
Well, in the Rips, it's going to be their first action. They did not play last week. They're getting their first action tomorrow night. And we see the Smash tonight getting their first action against a Freeze team that has clearly made some adjustments, gotten better, and that's just what happens when you're able to play and make some adjustments. And so we'll see how the Rips going to come out to Smash. They're going to have their time to go back to the drawing board. But the Rips, you're just going to have to go at it, play, and then figure it out after.
And who better to learn from for Smash than Freeze, right? Freeze didn't play a great match. They came back. They played a very good match. Smash can say, we can do the exact same thing, and we're going to be in the exact same position. So I think there's a lot of room for learning there.
Great job with the forehand on the rise. Mendez trying to go forehand down the line. Solid gap, but hits it in the net, misses it wide. 161, 128. Understandable, quiet sideline, hands on the hips for the smash, arms folded. It's a tough moment. It's not easy. You know, I think, look, even in traditional tennis, you can try to tell yourself if you're down 5-0, there's a shot to come back. I mean, there's a couple stories like that in traditional tennis that happen every year. You know, the Yannick Sinner situation at the French Open, up 2 sets to love, 5-1. You think it's absolutely over. Something happened, he lost. It's 161, 130 with 4 minutes. It's tough. It's not easy for these players.
It is, and I think in traditional tennis, there is no clock, whereas here there is a clock. So if they're going to pull it together, they have to pull it together fast. I don't know. If I'm Team Smash, I actually would love to see Bobrovnikova come in a little bit more and lock. I think at this point you have to accept the way that it is, and you need to give your players a little bit more time to play just so that they're used to the atmosphere. And yeah.
We'll see. Felipe Costa grabs the racket for the first time this season. He's loosening up his shoulder. Let's see if he's going to be substituted in to get his first action of the night. They got a big lead. It's a great time to get some tennis in. We have to replay that point. Costa looks excited. He's waiting. He's listening.
I was watching the ball kids. It wasn't, no otros niños, no. Podemos hablar después del partido.
Rachi is just very upset tonight. It's been a tough night for the Smash. Just got to keep it together for 3.5 minutes. Big serve by Garcia with the poach. Just missed it wide. Point for the Smash. 164, 131. Mendez going off the back foot, does an incredible job just leaning on that. One of the best in the business on how she steps back and forward off that left leg. And Garcia with the poach, and Felipe Costa is in to get his first action of the night. One of the guys, when you look at the draft, you think he could be the X factor that helps him on those nights where those stars aren't playing their best tennis. He is capable of stepping it up in an incredible way.
1 minute technical timeout, please. It was one swing. It was one swing of the racket. You can double hit it in one motion.
And Bracci trying to argue there that Costa had hit the ball twice, but you're allowed to do it as long as it's one continuous swing. I think if you're the smash, every little thing is bothering you. Even
And I understand.
Birdie's chirping are gonna bother you, right?
I've been there for sure, but again, you got to weather the storm. At the end of the day, there's certain things you cannot control, and right now the scoreboard, the time, everything going on, technical difficulties, you cannot control it. All you can do is control yourself. So they don't really have a choice.
The team here is trying to get themselves organized with a technical timeout. Costa just being like, man, I just got in. Let me play. Let me get in a rhythm.
But if you want someone to come in with this much time left on the clock and settle in easily, Costa's the best guy. He's lived in 16 different places, JY. I think he's going to be okay settling in here.
University of Georgia Bulldog alumni, playing not too far from Athens. Got some local Bulldogs that come out to support him. Mendez did not go to college tennis. That was one of the things that she was so happy about. She never really got to experience a team format like this. And so when she came into this last year, it was the experience of a lifetime. She signed up once again. And, you know, this format is one of the most fun environments in tennis. It's not, I think it's the most fun.
And even if you played college tennis, it's still so different because of the substitutions and the rush that you're always in, and it's so fun. So nothing can prepare you for this. You have to just come out here and just, you know, be able to do it.
Well, you have to work as a team. We're in college tennis, at the end of the day, yes, it's a team, you practice together, but if you play your own match by yourself, no one's substituting you in and out. And so you can still get back to being a little bit more selfish than here. Here, you really have to put team first, as the Freeze have done a great job to come together, 167-132, as they are 2 minutes closer to their first win of the season. Big kick to the Costa forehand. William Bushamuka making a final push. Adriana Remy at the net, looking to pick some balls off. Mendes going really far back. Remy with the post, Costa with the reflex. Both of them come in. Great lob over both of them. Remy throws it back. Great defensive lob. Bushamuka comes back in. What a great back and forth rally.
And we see a team member of Freeze just screaming as loud as she could on that last ball and actually earning that mistake and being so excited about it here on Intense. There is noise at all times. Music is playing, people are screaming. You can do absolutely anything, and that is the beauty of tennis turned up. Felipe tried to go big there. He looks relaxed, though. It must feel good coming out with a minute left and just feeling like I can play free. I don't really need to put any points on the board. I just need to get a good groove out here. And he's going for it. .30-point difference tonight. Make it 28 with that let court here at Intense Tennis. Even if it touches the net, the serve counts. We did not see any quick serves tonight. I wish we had. I love the quick serves, but here you can serve underhand, you can serve within 2 seconds, you can do anything to throw your opponent off.
Well, in the final 15 seconds, I think we didn't see any because everybody executed it so poorly last week. But all it is just practice. I just don't think players recognize. Look, it looks easy, but it's not under pressure. And that's why they went away from it. The smash coming together tonight with a great performance, 169, 143. What a bounce back by them. The smash are gonna have to regroup and figure themselves out. Season debut, it's been tough for so many teams. We've seen it time and time again. But the Freeze are extremely happy as they get to look at tonight's prize money powered by Payment Labs, because with tonight's win, that team gets to take home an extra $9,000. So they're gonna be even happier after a tough loss last week. And this gives us the opportunity to also take a look at tonight's lock-in play of the night, brought to us by Solaris, where Sion Mendez did an incredible job, obviously bouncing back from her performance last week, the 2025 female MVP. Struggled to get things going, but then when it came down to tonight, she really bounced back, showed the professionalism, the work, great job in trials, and now she helped lead their team to victory tonight. You know, this is one of the points that she set up, you know, that she really struggled to find last week, was that aggressive play. And she found a much better job using her dynamicness. I thought last time she tried to overplay a little bit too much and then playing aggressive. This time she used the high heavies, the coming in, the drop shots, and doing a great job. And now she gets to give us her thoughts, who's with Kelly Kroll.
Thanks a lot. Well, Sion, and this looked like a team on a mission tonight. We spoke earlier in the week, and you said you felt like you had something to prove after the last arc. What was the difference?
I think we just came out and just like said, we're going to play solid, and no matter what happens tonight, we're going to play as a team and play our games, and let's see what happens.
And you certainly did. The energy was fantastic, but in general, overall, just how proud are you of this group bouncing back the way they did?
So happy. Like, we had a bad defeat last week, you know, and we were like, we're not going to let that happen again. So we came out with good energy and we pumped everybody up. So it was awesome.
The cheers, you guys have really worked on those. They look good.
Yeah, we said all about the energy. That's what we care about.
It was awesome tonight. Congrats on your first win of the season.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you, Kelly and Sion. And don't go too